Hi, this is Rudy Jones of PalmettoStateBaseball.com with the South Carolina College Baseball scoreboard for Friday, March the 14th. We had 30 games involving state teams played on Friday. Let's take a look at what happened. We'll start in NCAA Division I play. Clemson beat Notre Dame 2-1 behind a beautiful start by Knaak. He struck out 12 in 7 innings. Tigers have now won 16 straight games and are 18-1 overall. South Carolina lost to Oklahoma 8-5. The Gamecocks gave up 4 runs in the top of the first, but they battled back to get within a couple of runs, then just could not quite get over the hump. New Friday night starter Brandon Stone struggled. In the first inning, he finally settled down. In the second inning, and did better the rest of his start. But Gamecocks dropped the first game of their series in the SEC. Coastal Carolina opened Sun Belt Conference play with a 5-1 win over Georgia Southern. Dean Mijos had 2 hits, including a home run for the Chanticleers in that game. And the Chanticleers are now 13-5, and of course 1-0 in the Sun Belt. Jacob Morrison struck out 10 in 7 2/3 innings for the Chants in that game. In a non-conference game, College of Charleston beat Dartmouth 2-1. Dylan Johnson's second RBI of the game gave the Cougars a walk-off win in the bottom of the 9th. They are now 11-5. The Citadel scored 3 runs in the bottom of the 8th and beat Kennesaw State 4-3 to win the first game of that series. And in the Big South Conference, Charleston Southern went at preseason favorite High Point and lost 16-6 in that first game of that series. Radford turned back USC Upstate 7-4 to open that series, and Presbyterian hit 5 home runs, including 2 by Matthew Rollison, and beat Winthrop 18-9 in the opener of that Big South Conference series. All right, let's look elsewhere in games involving state teams. In NCAA Division II in the South Atlantic Conference, Anderson got a couple of wins over Tusculum. They won in the first game 9-7 behind 3 hits by Braden Harrison. They scored 2 runs in the top of the 8th inning, which was the extra inning in Game 2, and won that one 6-4. Carson Newman took the opener of the series at Limestone in South Atlantic Conference play. The Eagles scored 4 runs in the second inning to take control there. Coker got a nice home win over Wingate, 4-2 in that game, and Newberry lost to Mars Hill 5-4. Mars Hill scored 3 runs in the top of the 9th. Newberry had 2 runs in the bottom of the 9th, but they could not get that tying run across. Elsewhere, in Peach Belt Conference play, Augusta scored the final 3 runs of the game to beat Claflin 6-4. North Georgia scored 3 runs in the top of the 11th and beat USC Beaufort on top of the 12th, beat USC Beaufort 11-8. The Sand Sharks have now lost 12 straight. Francis Marion got a nice win over Belmont Abbey 15-9 in Conference Carolinas. North Greenville split a doubleheader with Barton. The Trailblazers won the first game 12-1 and lost the second game 3-1. Elsewhere in Conference Carolinas, also Southern Wesleyan beat Erskine 4-3 in the first game of a doubleheader. Flying Fleet came back to shut out the Warriors in Game 2 10-0. Doing a quick check to make sure I didn't miss any games on Division II level. Flagler, and also in Peach Belt Conference play, Flagler beat USC Aiken 3-2. Scored a run late in that game to go ahead. In NAIA play, Spartanburg Methodist beat Toccoa Falls twice. First game score was 11-1. Second game score was 4-1. Also in National Christian College athletic play, North Greenville scored a run in the top of the 10th and beat Alice Lloyd 10-9 in the opening of their 3-game series up in Tennessee. In the junior college ranks, Florence Darlington Tech beat USC Sumter 8-0 in an 8-inning game to take the opener of that series. USC Lancaster took the opener of its series with USC Union 8-0 in 7 innings. And Gaston College beat USC Salkehatchie 16-0 in 5 innings. I'm just going to do a quick sweep to make sure I did not miss any scores. I believe that is all the state scores for tonight. Full schedule tomorrow. Coastal Carolina, by the way, moved its Sunday game up to Saturday to be part of a doubleheader to try to avoid the rain. There may be some other schedule changes. As I hear of them, I will share them at PalmettoStateBaseball.com. Outside the league in the ACC, winners were Alabama over Texas A&M, Auburn over Vanderbilt, Georgia over Kentucky, LSU over Missouri, Ole Miss over Arkansas, Tennessee over Florida, they remain the only unbeaten team in the country, and Texas over Ole Miss. In the ACC, Florida State beat Boston College, Georgia Tech beat Pitt, Louisville and North Carolina split a doubleheader, NC State beat Virginia Tech, and Wake Forest beat Miami. And the Duke, Stanford, and Virginia, California games, of course, being an ACC game, they're playing on the Pacific Coast. Keep up with what's going on at Palmetto State Baseball by clicking on my website, palmettostatebaseball.com, scores, schedules, boxes, etc., etc. And I provide updates on Twitter under the handle of Palmetto Base. For now, this is Rudy Jones of PalmettoStateBaseball.com saying have a happy Friday and God bless.